Hello, my friends. Coach Nikki. I'm down here at Kaya Fit Minden, and today we are talking about the 7-day reset. So, whether you are in Kaya doing brick, going into this new year, I think personally it's a really good opportunity a few times a year to do like a detox or a reset. So, today, what I'm going to be talking about is how to create a unique reset for you that feels like a gift and not like a restriction. Because sometimes we say detox and we're like, a little of a part of us gets excited, but then we're like, oh, this is going to be so hard. I'm going to be so hungry. I don't know if I'm going to be successful. I always do these and I fall off the wagon. Maybe sometimes like detoxes can rubber band us and shoot us back into if we have like eating disorders that we're working our way through. So it is really important that we kind of reframe these resets and think about you as a unique you and make a plan. So if you do have a pen and a piece of paper, I just want to start with just asking a couple questions. So if you are interested in doing a detox or if you're interested in doing a reset, we're all going to do it together. We're starting on Monday, and it's a fun 7-day reset. If you actually want a guide, you can buy a 7-day reset. It's got like meditations in it. It has recipes, all kinds of stuff. You'll get an email, or you can find it on my Instagram, Coach Nikki Warren, just in my link, or on Facebook. So if you want a little extra help, you can purchase that. I think it's like 19.95, but I honestly don't know. Yeah, so I got a nod from Deb, so I think that is what it is. But in general, what I want us to do today is really ask about what the purpose is behind doing a reset, because so often we have external reasons for doing a reset. We're like, oh, I'm just, I'm gaining weight, or I'm like whatever it is, like a lot of times it's gaining weight, right? We're like, okay, I want to lose weight, I'm going to do a 7-day detox. But what I want to ask us before we venture into a detox is, what is your personal purpose? And Coach Steph, who's on today, she asked us for our 3 words for the year at the start of this year, and to set an alarm 3 times a day that just repeats those words. So when the alarm goes off, you look at it. So what I wanted to tag on with that is creating 3 internal reasons why you would like to do a reset, why you want to do a little cleanse, or something that can. And what I think is really important, I do think we need to take challenges. I do think that we need to push ourselves out of the comfort zone, that it is where we find the most growth. And if we sit into comfort and maybe pleasure, right? Like thinking about like what is pleasurable this moment, and it can cause us lots of issues in the long term. So I'm encouraging you to take the challenge. But with that being said, I want it to be a challenge that feels authentic to you and that feels something that you get excited for. So the 3 words I wrote down on a piece of paper for my next week's focus is: 1 is focus, 2 is confidence, and 3 is energy. And the reason why I chose those is because actually, kind of from the beginning of the year, me and my mom took a little challenge of like quitting sugar. And then also we took a challenge, a lot of us together, with Kristen, the 100 days of self-discovery. And it gives you confidence when you do a challenge and you show up for yourself. And so that's one of the words that I chose. So I'm going to give you a second, just kind of, and you can write down a lot of words. You can write down 1 word. You can think about it later. This is just a suggestion of like, what are the 3 words that make you feel like this challenge is something you want to do, not something you've been told to do, not something that's just in your manual and that you're like, we're all doing this. I want us to get really excited about our internal purpose and then create a plan from there. As you're thinking about your words, if you want to type them in and you want to share them, or maybe we can share them with each other, like on Facebook or wherever. But as we are typing out those words, you can either set an alarm or put it on a Post-it so you can see, because anytime we do any type of challenge, there is going to be ups and downs. And very often we falsely think that we are going to go to sleep at 9:30, that we are going to like feel great, that we're going to have no bumps in the road. Well, most often when we choose to do a hard challenge, sometimes we get a cold. Sometimes our significant other makes us mad. Sometimes our work gets unruly. Sometimes we have insomnia. And so when we hit these obstacles, which in life are inevitable, we can look at these three words and say, I have a stronger purpose than just how I fit in my jeans or, whatever, like these kind of external. I have more of a reason on the inside why I'm quitting alcohol, why I'm quitting sugar, why I'm eating my vegetables first. And then from there, because otherwise it's real easy, right? Especially like things like sugar and alcohol is like, oh, okay, I'm going to quit sugar. And then, a big birthday comes and it's like this delicious homemade whatever it is. And so it's very easy to be like, maybe I'll start tomorrow. But what I want us together to do is say, okay, I'm going to do this just for 7 days. And what is it that drives us? So, um, a thing that, or type in or give me like a thumbs up if you've read Atomic Habits by James Clear. And Atomic Habits, I try to remind myself of this very often, is it's you don't, and I'm going to totally slaughter his, and maybe Steph, you can, or Kristen, you can type in his quote, but you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And so, as we're creating systems in our life, like we wake up in the morning and we drink lemon water, easy, every time, not thinking about it anymore. That's something I'm going to do till the day I die. As many of those little things, when it comes to working out, when it comes to eating healthy, when it comes to this detox, is what he says is first make it obvious. So for me on my detox week, I make like a little aura. I do, and this is when I'm super busy. A lot of time, like sometimes I have the time to make like I love chia seed pudding, but a lot of times I'll just do a couple scoops in water, 2 scoops, and a scoop of greens, and that's kind of my snack through the day. I love it. Joy, possibility, and spiritual warrior. So good, so good. So I keep the things that I want as easy and obvious as possible. And what I needed to do, like through the holidays, and I've worked my way into this, is put the things that I don't want in my life out. So in James's book, Atomic Habits, he says like, if I have a 6-pack of beer sitting up in the top of the refrigerator, I'll drink that 6-pack of beer quickly, like, within a couple days. But if I put that 6-pack of beer in the refrigerator behind, like not my front refrigerator, or I even put it down like where the vegetables go, I don't even think about it and I don't drink the beer. So let's work on making this week what we want in our life obvious. So we try to make it really easy to sign up for your classes. If you're doing like the Kaya live stream classes and studio classes, we try to make that really easy. If it's not easy, please reach out to us. But create ease in your movement because we want to move every day. Okay, that gets our metabolism going. It helps us digest our food. It makes us happy. Like movement every day is non-negotiable. And so really thinking about how you can make your movement easy. And then next is make it attractive. So if we're thinking about like so often I get like I did brick and like by week 2 I was like so sick of kale salads and I'm like, well, you don't have to just eat kale salads. Let's make healthy food very attractive. And what I do myself is I take all of my attention to my veggies and everything else I know I'll automatically make. So in my mind, I'm like, how can I make my Brussels sprouts delicious? How can like yesterday I cut up like the sweet peas and I made like just a different kind of salad. I put like sauerkraut in it and made like a special dressing with like aged balsamic and a little bit of olive oil. And I made the salad so good that that's where the boys were like, oh, the salad is so good. And so as we're going through and looking forward into this 7-day detox or reset, is how can you make what you want in your life attractive? So, like Kristen was saying, she wants more yoga in her life. So then that's like, okay, maybe it's really loving the teacher. Maybe it's getting a really special like meditation pillow that you bring. It's easily signing up for classes because sometimes we travel a lot, right? And so like maybe it's doing like live stream yoga, and I'll do a shameless plug for my Thursday night at 5:30 class. But how can you make what you want really attractive? For me, this time of year, soups are really attractive. So this weekend, I'm going to make like a delicious big soup, and then make it easy and satisfying. So all of these four things. So make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. That's the opposite of what we normally think of, right? When we're doing like a diet or a detox, we're like, this is going to be horrible. So I want us to think about all the ways that we can really take care of ourselves this week. Maybe you haven't taken a bath in a long time, and maybe you want to go down to your local health food store and get some really good Epsom salt or some beautiful candles. And then kind of thinking about like the nuts and bolts, which I think most of you know the nuts and bolts of a 7-day detox, but thinking about your recipes on the onset. So if you do Kaya, you already have like the 3 recipe books. Think about what you want to make throughout this week. And then all together, we're going to say eat our vegetables first. And so if you're not eating 1 to 2 pounds of vegetables, don't do that off the off the couch this week, but start eating more vegetables and put your love into preparing those. A couple supplements that I take, kind of just depending on like the level of detox that I'm doing. Sometimes I'll do like an intense detox because I like that challenge and, getting away from sugar or, just kind of like letting my body have like a reset. The supplements that I do take are, I always take my Trust Your Gut from Aura. So I take my pro and prebiotic first thing in the morning with my lemon water. I take my omegas. So this is the DHA omegas, and that really helps with like your brain health because sometimes if we are eating a little bit less, it's helpful to have like these different and sometimes like supplements kind of feel like vitamins, but in general, some of these like supplements have things that you wouldn't really eat on a regular basis. So like algae, like I'm not eating algae in my food. So I do eat a lot of like chia seed and flaxseed and things like that. But the adding these omegas is something that I do when I'm doing like a detox. I take a vitamin B, so this is just Buzzy B12, but I take a vitamin B. And then, like I said, I do a scoop of greens every morning. So those are some of the things that I add on to my veggies, to eating. I know Deb took a big fun challenge of eating a salad every day, which I kind of already have that in my habit. Like there's very rarely a day that I don't eat a salad because I love them and I've like worked my way into making that easy. So eating that big salad, but maybe it's like creating a soup or easy dinners, drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. Um, oh, sorry, Chris. So the other, um, what is the other product you use with the greens? Oh yeah, for a quick meal is just this Aura. Thank you for that. Is just Aura protein. So even this morning, I was leaving really early. I didn't have time to make Kai a big breakfast, so I put 2 scoops of Aura, 1 scoop of green with almond milk, and I just zipped it up with my little coffee frother and put it in a jar for him because I know what he's going to do. He's going to come in. He's going to even like, they're organic, but they're still not great. He's going to throw into like Eggo My Legos, put those in, put some peanut butter on, and eat a banana and out the door. So I do this for him as well. When we're busy and not able to like create a good like fun breakfast, for him. Yeah, and then stop eating 3 hours before we go to bed. That's going to be my commitment for the next 7 days because I'm not good at that. I always make dinner. Or I don't always make dinner, but I make dinner often. And Kai comes home from hockey late, from school late, and then it looks so delicious. I sit down and I eat with them, even though I already ate at 5:30. And so that's like a habit that I want to kind of push out of my life. I'm still going to sit with them because I think what's really important too is when we do challenges is don't take yourself away from social situations. So don't pull yourself out of social situations. And I think that there's actually more of a risk to a reward when it comes to like missing dinner with your family or, not being in social situations because you're like avoiding different things. Now, of course, like, alcohol, if all your friends are going to the bar, that's a good situation probably to avoid. But like in my case, if I'm trying to eat earlier, I'm going to eat a nice dinner earlier, but I'm still going to sit with my family, have tea, and have eaten enough for dinner that I'm not hungry, and maybe eaten kind of more of the same thing. So I'm not like I didn't eat a salad and they're eating like this delicious something else. So just kind of thinking that too is when we're thinking about things that we want to stick in our lives is don't restrict yourself from the people that are in your life. Try to like incorporate people in and still be healthy at the same time. So I hope this was helpful, you guys. I love you very much. I wish you a beautiful and wonderful detox reset week if you are taking that challenge. And please reach out if you have any questions at all. I love each and every one of you. Have an awesome day.